Did you want to do like a head or something?
I don't know. I've got like, you know when I said I had heaps of sketches? I've got like 150 of these sketchbooks, and I've just got heaps of ideas in here. I just flick through and go, you know, I'm going to paint that. Yeah, and I've got lots of those little mini rollers.
Yeah, I got some too.
Yeah, and maybe we'll just share one of them.
I did one thing on my iPad, but it's probably for another wall or something. My guy's like half of the head or whatever, and he sort of spins. It's like he like sort of morphs into like a monster dude as he goes over or something.
Yeah.
That'd be a real fun animation as well.
You know what we could have? Because when you do a spinning head, like the back of the head frame is pretty much a black blob with 2 bits of ears poking out, but it could be the back of his head is your face.
Oh, that'd be mad. You know? Yeah, so yeah.
Because look, I've got a painting here, I'll pull it out. But you see, like, so this is quite a lot of frames, but you see when it gets to the back of the head, there's nothing there. Yeah. You know, but that's an option.
Yeah, that sounds cooler. That's way better.
Yeah.
Because then the mullet can be something as well.
Yeah. And then once it gets to that, it's like my face that way, your face that way.
Yeah. And it's easier too, because I was trying to flow find, like, you know, because like here your stuff's dominating it, and then in certain spots mine is, but it's sick to have that like 50-50. It's like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. So see that skinny panel on the left-hand side?
Yeah.
If we say that's how we're doing the heads, they're going to be tall and skinny.
Yep.
I can get 1, 2, 3. I reckon we can get 5.
For sure.
That's enough to have it start full facial mine and then full facial yours.
Yep. I'm keen. That sounds fun. I guess in that case, would you want to buff it out or would you want to keep the back? Yeah.
It looks like we'll probably be taking up the whole wall, so we may as well buff it out.
Yeah.
We can just mark up like 5 ovals
and
then buff around them and then do the fills.
Sick.
And then take it from there.
Yeah, we'll just pick our colours. Let's see how we go. Orange back. It's a really nice feel to that bucket. Oh yeah.
I've actually got that grey that's used in the background. I haven't got the exact grey, but I've got a similar grey. But I need it. I'm using it for paintings here, so I can't finish it all off. But if we mark up, I'll be able to just roll around that, and then we can get that orange.
Yeah, it'd be such a minimal amount of paint you need to use for the back anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mate, we got this.
Sick.
Not our first rodeo, eh?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It might even be sick to finish the video up with, like, I can make it into the animation. Wouldn't that be a sick, like, little loadout?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice finish.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
We'll work out a way to loop it. Because what I do if it's just one half head turn, then what I do is I get it and I flip horizontal, and then you get the other half of the. Are you fine if I just mark up the shapes now?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. What I'd normally do when I was outlining, I'd just go eyes, nose, mouth, or whatever, and then just make sure that it was consistent on all of them, because you got the bricks to run through. Yeah, so if you mark up your general that on each one, then I'll know where my lips are going to be and all that shit. All right, cool. Or gums. I'll probably do teeth. The other day I came here to pick up my paint to go do a mural in Thornbury. Yeah. And I showed up and someone had buffed this whole wall this grey colour. But I had a piece like this underneath it. It's like, what the fuck? And
just left it buffed.
Yeah, and I knew it looked like, and it was like really early. It was like 9:30 in the morning on like a Sunday, or no, Saturday. And then and so I quickly came down here and I painted this fence in like 10 minutes just to claim it back. And they never came back. And they've done it twice. They did it with the layer underneath it as well. They rolled it and then left. I came in on a Monday morning, the walls all rolled.
And I guess it wouldn't be like a council thing.
Nah.
Which is, what the hell? That's weird.
I always, whenever I see that, I just think, fuck, they're coming back and they're going to want to do it, and then it's going to be harder to go over them. So I've got to fucking get it while it's just one flat colour. Yeah, and that way there's nothing personal, man. I'm just holding down my spot. Yeah. And it's the perfect spot for you, man. I mean, with your studio right there. I'll sit there all day. I'm not going to look at someone who's gone over me.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. Yeah. It'll torture me.
Yeah, how's that? Yeah. Just right outside your window. Obviously, you've been drawing. I mean, I know you have that old style of your mullet, man, with the mustaches and all that shapes and letters and all that. Is that where all the heads came from? Is that where like the first iterations were? Yeah, I was always taught that to do a piece properly, you need a piece with a background and a character. Yeah. Like I was always taught that that's how you do it. Because if we look at all the New York
panels and all that from the 80s. A lot of them had cloud background and a character next to their piece. And I was mentored by older graph writers, and they sort of drilled that in my head. And so I started just doing characters, and I wasn't really that into doing like b-boy characters. I tried b-boy characters for ages, but I wasn't that good at them. And then didn't really want to paint Bugs Bunny or Donald Duck or anything next to it.
Yeah.
So I started just coming up with my own stuff, and this is just how it just sort of came out that way.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a really cool reflection of like, it just gives you that nostalgic feel like an Aussie dude.
Yeah, well that's what I was referencing.
Yeah.
And it's like I grew up, my family's from Malta, and I grew up out in, being looked after by my grandparents a lot out in the sunshine.
Yeah.
My grandfather would take me to the bocce club and hang out with all the older dudes there, all his mates, you know. I spent school holidays there. Yeah, I grew up in a house full of women.
Yeah.
So I guess I like subconsciously my male father figures.
Balding mullet man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about as Aussie as it gets.
Yeah.
Have you always drawn?
Not only once I started doing graph.
Yeah.
That's where I was taught, because I was taught that I need to sketch every day, and I did it, man. I still draw every day.
Yeah.
Ever since I reckon I was probably 18 years old.
Yeah.
I think I've drawn, not every day, because, you know, had some interesting days in my life where drawing's not part of it, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, every standard day, every like Monday to Friday work day. Sort of
Do
thing.
You did you start writing it at 18?
Yeah, I was a late bloomer.
Yeah, big time, man.
I was into it for years. I was really big on I was into skating. Skating was my thing.
Yeah.
I used to hang out with all the graph writers, but I was always known as Tom the Skater, you know.
Yeah.
And then I used to be big on taking photos, and also I'd go out and film everyone's panels.
Yeah.
So I was getting running footage of people's panels running, and I was known as that dude, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I was about 18, I started doing pieces. Well, I ended up moving into a house where everyone was a writer.
Yeah, it's like, how can you avoid it?
And I was going out, I was always spotting on missions, and after a while I was like, fuck this, I want to have a go. And I got into it, and then I'll tell you what, after like my third piece, I was like charged, and I haven't taken my foot off the accelerator since.
Yeah.
I just loved it.
Were you still, when you were like transitioning, or not, whatever, when you pick up your cans more, did your skating fall off? Was it to that point? Oh, really?
Well, I had a really good balance for a while. I would skate during the day, and then paint track sides at night. And so they didn't interrupt each other. Yeah. I didn't have to put down one to do the other.
Yeah.
But when I moved to England, and I reckon they both took a hit in England.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit of just not as easy to do either of them as it is over here. Like in Australia, especially in Melbourne, it's such a beautiful lifestyle.
Yeah, well,
very creative, and
that's the thing I love about this place, man, is, you know, the freedom that it offered me. Because, like, even when I first came here, like,
where are you from again?
Queensland.
That's right.
And Queensland, you know, it's fucking hectic. You get treated like you're Satan himself if you have cans on you. And you know, so yeah, when I first came here, dude, even painting the lanes, like doing shit like this, but obviously this is all good. For ages, I was I had like this weird PTSD thing where I was still looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
So it sort of, I think it slowed me down to begin with, Just having that, being too concerned in spots, you know, because once I started painting my shit that I wanted to classify as my art, I guess, I didn't want to go like too hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, how good is that? How in Melbourne, you have spots like this, you can just fuck around on.
Totally.
You guys have done all the other places?
This dude.
Yeah, I have.
They look sick.
Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, we're just working there.
Oh, yeah. Which place?
Just like the one with all the cakes.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, what's that place?
I don't know. It's like an old restaurant. We're just like cleaning up.
Oh, so you don't work in there. You're just doing some work in there. All right, I get you. I did all these trees and stuff as well.
Yeah, I took a photo of that when that happened, like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I did them with the extendable roller pole.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It was fun.
Nice, eh?
Yeah, got a bit of a stiff neck afterwards, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst thing about it. Yeah. But yeah, You've had it.
All right, man. Have a good day.
Cheers, brother.
See you later.
See you, mate.
I think if we could do it a different color to the orange, like there's some separation, even just for that side of the face, and it can.
Yeah, well, my guy, I'm picturing going like super colorful.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
so it'll draw a huge separation.
Yeah. All right, you do you.
Yeah.
We'll work it out.
Where would you chuck your eyes in this?
Oh, the eyes are.
So this brick.
Yeah. It just below that line. Yeah, exactly there.
Mad.
Yeah. And then the nose is here. You can see the mouth will be here, this one, probably, around here. Yeah.
Cool. So you mostly get around here by bike, eh?
Oh man, I live my life on my bike. I hate driving in Melbourne.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
Like it's a 10-minute bike ride for me to get here, or it's a half hour in the car.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And petrol and health benefits and all that sort of stuff, Bikes are awesome.
Is that how you get most of your painting done around here?
Yeah. I've got a milk crate on the back.
Yeah.
It can hold a fair bit of paint. Like even that suitcase you had, like you can get a lot done with what you can fit in one of those things.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I've pedaled around with some bit of weight on there before.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's the same, man. Like, as I used to have a little fixed speed, single speed bike.
Yeah.
And that's what I used to just live on in the city when I first moved here.
Yeah, that's right. You saw mine last night. We had the
similar,
the same one.
Yeah, similar setup.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. The amount of times I've had, you ever had it where because your milk crate's on the back, it like weighs off and you can't pick it back up. And
and you try to tie it to a pole that's just falling over. Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, hockey straps are our best friend, eh?
Yeah.
Do you get that question a lot of like, oh, you must have always been drawing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like seems to be a pretty consistent thing you hear.
I had this thing where all I knew how to draw was graph.
Yeah,
and I was working in the art world in London at Christie's, the auction house there.
Yeah.
Like doing graphic design, and I started educating myself on art a lot, and I realized that I always thought I was a good artist because I'd done so much graph, and then I tried to do things outside of the graph, and I had to relearn all over again.
Yep.
That's when I started drawing. I started having a drawing practice, which was no letters, and I draw in these little red books, and I still do it till this day.
How long's that been?
I started in 2014.
Yeah,
so
shit.
This is the 11th year of it.
And like a minimum of a drawing a day?
Nah, minimum of just a minute a day.
Okay.
But sometimes you can commit to a minute and then you end up drawing for ages. But if you said, I've got to finish a drawing, you wouldn't start,
Yeah, for sure.
So I like to sort of trick the mind a bit.
Yeah, it's cool to see you've been into the videos lately, man.
Man,
I can't wait to see like what you make.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm only 2 videos in. But my main motivation for it was to get bench talk on YouTube.
Yeah.
But then once I got that idea and started working towards that, I realized the potential in all these other things you can do. And it's like, oh man, we can film heaps more fun stuff than just the podcast.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm exploring now.
It's a win-win too, man. I love the video documentation of your work has a whole like heart and soul to it. I think I've been watching more lately is just people cruising around like Melbourne in the 90s or whatever. And it's just walkthroughs, no music, just like what the lanes look like and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I really like about the videos is they, in the moment they're, as good as you make them, but in the future they hold like this level of nostalgia, like they really capture the moment.
Yeah, totally.
Like flicks can do that, especially, if you have old film photos of panels or whatever.
Yeah.
But the video, dude, like to be able to be in the moment, even on days like this, you're just painting, it's random, you probably forget it in a couple of years, but having that video is, I love it.
Yeah, totally.
I saw on your Instagram how it says there's different galleries around the globe.
Yeah.
Are those different ones that you're represented by, or how does that?
It's not really represented, but you can buy my art through those galleries. They've definitely both got my art in the stock room.
And they're, is it New York?
Yeah, one's the whole gallery in New York, but they've also got one in LA. And then the other one's Stolen Space, which is a gallery I've shown in a few times. It's owned by a friend of mine, D-Face, a well-known street artist.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's his gallery. Me doing my first street art pieces were all with him in London. Him and a few other guys that we were hanging out with.
So how'd you find that scene over there in London?
Well, the street art one was fucking awesome. I was there when like Banksy was just starting up and all that.
Yeah.
And we used to he used to go to this place, the Dragon Bar, and he'd have exhibitions there, and he'd come dressed as Santa and stuff.
Who would?
Banksy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and man, he would sell his prints for like $30 or £30.
Yeah.
And like stencils on paper and stuff like that.
And what was the general sentiment with him in the moment? Like,
it was just another artist then.
So
he hadn't like released the book. I reckon the thing that really made him was when that book came out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff he didn't last long because it was in high profile spots. Like you can't do a bloody stencil with Big Ben and expect it to be there in 2 years' time.
Yeah.
He did it like, got photos and then they probably got cleaned off. Like a lot of those photos would have been taken in the morning. I got some tags in the background though, which is pretty good.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I'm on, I think, page 86, I think it's that one. Check it out.
Still remember the page.
Yeah, I'll show you. It's upstairs. You can cut to it. Yeah, me and my friend Method, we were just living in London. It was down Brick Lane.
Was there a moment where shit sort of clicked with like what you want to do and where you're at and all that, or is it just an accumulation of time for you to get where you're at? I don't know if it's a weird question, but
yeah, there was. I guess when I decided to go full time, that's when things clicked because I could suddenly have 40 hours a week to spend working on it. Like not just the art side of things, but also the business side of things and get it working,
And did you notice a shift with the amount of things that you were getting when you went full time? Because for me, I went full time with my work over COVID.
Yeah.
And it was because I worked at Riot Art?
No.
Oh, it's like an art shop. They sell like affordable shit, or at least it was.
Yeah.
But they went under over COVID, and I was getting those like stimulus payments.
Okay.
So it was that nice like transition of like, I know I have this amount, and then I can look at what I'm making from my art separate.
Yeah.
So it was like a cushion.
Yeah, oh man, that would have been handy.
So that was
fucking burnt the boats and went straight in.
That was like, yeah, my nice like transition in. And then I guess the reason why I asked the whole like if things seem to pick up naturally is just I just got that. Like as soon as I went full time with my practice, it's almost like the world just
opened up.
Yeah, it's like the energy of my work just sort of took a whole nother level.
Yeah.
It was like an all or nothing.
Totally.
Yeah. It's funny, like this colorway is basically what I started with because these are the colors that cover well with exports.
Yeah.
Remember teal and purple?
Yeah.
There was like those few colors that actually...
they faded quick, the purples especially.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, it's all pretty...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be like rotating and then I might...
What a great bloody idea that is.
Turn it into like a GIF.
What is that?
It was Lucas's idea based off one of my paintings.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a collaborative effort.
Yeah. When you saw Amanda and Vic with their paint, that's really good in there.
Where are they?
They're in off Burke Street. There's a pub there, and everybody's painted. It's a dirty big baby gorilla on a wall there, and I mean, Man of Darkness is painted in there, and bloody it's in a pub in the foyer of a pub
in the city.
Yeah.
I think I know that one. Did Chimp paint it?
Chimp just painted it.
Yeah. I know that one.
So they're in there painting that.
Mad. That's a killer spot.
There was a little red box there, and I had my white pen, so I got a little emu pen on there.
Haha.
The white out.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks to this man here. Travels everywhere now.
Yeah, man, they're the best.
So you're leaning, I mean, with the whole like spray paint fumes thing, are you leaning more and more into acrylics or?
I've always been big on roller paint and stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck, his nose drops a bit. Oh. Yeah, I just always liked roller paint. It's just obviously line work. But I spent a lot of time traveling in countries where all I could get was roller paint and then some black cans.
Yeah.
And that's sort of how I got into it. How I got into using buff so much. It's way easy. You get so much out of a 4 litre bucket of paint.
Yeah.
You can fill so many things with that.
Yeah, it's never ending.
Like I was traveling in like Bolivia and shit, and I had my suitcase all over South America actually. I always had my backpack with all my shit, and then a bag with food and utensils and stuff in it, and then another bag full of paint and cans. And I fucking lugged that shit from bloody what's it called? From north of Brazil down to Patagonia and then all the way to New York City.
Yep.
Even in the jungle and shit, going through the fucking Darien Gap, I still had 2 cans in my bag. Like I moved to Barcelona and lived there for 1.5 years. I lived in London on and off for 5 years. But with the South America trip, there was a lot of passing through. Yeah, that whole trip was passing through. There was constant movement. You know, we're on a journey.
Yeah, and that was with your partner?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, a fair while ago now. It's like.
Does she ever get interested in picking up the can or anything?
No, oh, we've done a few murals together.
Yeah.
We've probably done 5 walls together.
Sure.
Yeah. It's like she loves it, but it's just not the priority for her. Like she doesn't have that urge to have to do it like,
Gotcha.
like I have.
Yeah.
I know that much.
It's good because we've actually got in there, but you're going to do it in the line, aren't you? In the black line.
I'll do that as well.
Yellow paint. And I've got some purple and pink.
Yeah.
So I'll just try and do what you're doing.
These are because I'm doing all these big paintings with lots of panels in